Hello YouTubers, welcome, and a special welcome to new subscribers. What's this? Vion what? What is this? Veoneer? I don't know what that means. I'll have to look them up and post a note about it. In the meantime, they didn't seem like they were going very fast, so I'll probably catch up with them pretty soon. I hope it won't be like following a farm tractor all the way to Look Rock, which is about 11 miles from here. It's a famous jumping off point for hikers and leaf peepers and people that just enjoy the great outdoors, myself included. What about you? Well, I'm not exactly sure in this 11 miles how many feet we're going to climb, but I do know I've noticed in the past that as we go up towards Look Rock, that there's often a several degree temperature drop, so I think we're getting up pretty high. It looks like spring has not quite sprung here yet. It's not much in the way of flowering trees yet. And of course it's early March, so I guess I have to expect that. Plus we've had a rather cold early March. Very much not the usual for this part of the country. I've cut the grass once so far, and believe me, it needed it. But I think it's probably slowed down a little bit with the colder weather. Also, we had a lot of rain, but that seems to have held off now. So I guess we're probably in pretty good shape for a while. Well, let's see what's on the other side. Those of you that are in the Great White North probably haven't even gotten your bikes out yet. This is one of the advantages to living farther south in America. I don't really lay the bike up at all. Sure, there are periods when I can't ride, but and I sure won't ride when there's salt on the road, which there is once in a while. And here we are, catching up with Veoneer. And they are going pretty slow. I hope they're not going to be holding me up too long. I mean, sure, I'm not in no hurry to get anywhere, but I'd like to have a little bit of fun on this road. Speed limit's 45, and it is patrolled occasionally, so you have to be careful. Every now and again, you'll run across guys that either are just coming from the tail of the dragon or are headed to the tail of the dragon, and they're kind of doing their warm-up lap here on this 18-mile stretch. But it's not such a wise idea. Oh, hey, there they go. Are they doing that for my benefit? I wonder. If they are, it certainly is very much appreciated. It occurred to me that maybe some of you who are watching and might be interested in subscribing. Oh, looky here. There's a man that's got more energy than me. Got to cross that double solid to get by him. It's a lot of people that ride this particular road on bicycles, and it's certainly warm enough to do it now. But, oh, the Smokies, love them. But anyway, those of you that have subscribed obviously figured out how to do it. But for those of you who might be interested, if you look at the lower right corner, there's a picture of a little red sports car. Now, if I was really smart, I probably would have had a big sign around it that says subscribe here or something like that. But anyway, that little red car is what you click on if you want to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate subscriptions. It helps me grow, helps me get noticed more by an increasing number of riders and enthusiasts, and that's always a good thing, I think. I would be interested to hear from you. What might be one of your favorite rides? Or share a few places that you like to go to on a fairly regular basis, or maybe on a once-in-a-while basis. I've read there's a place in Virginia called the Back of the Dragon, which is supposedly a really great motorcycle road. Never done it. I don't know if I ever will. We'll find out someday. But supposedly it's an old coal mining area that pretty much is not doing that anymore, and consequently is picking up a good deal of tourist trade for people that like you and me, who like to get out and ride and enjoy themselves, find some good places to stay, good places to eat, good places to have fun. That's always great in motorcycling, getting together with other riders especially. Now take Great Rides, for example, one of my favorite motovloggers. He gets down to this part of the country at least once a year, I think, and would probably come more often if he could. I think that lots of people come down here for the attractions that are in this part of the country, like Dollywood for one, Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, kind of heavy touristy areas, but still a lot of fun things to see and do. I know when I first came down here, and I mean the very first time, which was in the spring of 1974, to meet my future father-in-law and his wife, I got a pretty good taste of what Gatlinburg was like. And I've noticed more recently it's changed quite a bit. Not the least of which is because there's a lot of places to buy moonshine now that it's legal. The city fathers were getting a little worried about that, though, because there's several of them within easy walking distance of each other. And if you have a sampling of different flavors of moonshine, oh yeah, they come in a variety of flavors and colors, and then visit 2 or 3 of them, might wind up being a little on the tipsy side, and that might not be so good for the more conservative tourists. You know what I mean by that. The thing I noticed about Gatlinburg in particular was that there's a heavy emphasis, or was a heavy emphasis, and I think less so now, on the hillbilly culture. Because this is, after all, East Tennessee, which is Appalachia. Definitely hillbilly country. And there were places where there were outdoor venues where you could just walk up and sit down on a bench and be serenaded by pretty cool country bands. Bluegrass type music mostly, and guys that clown around, and everybody would walk away feeling like they had a pretty good time. I know I did. It was a real eye-opener to me. I had never seen anything quite like it. And way back in those days, I was thinking, and here I am, not even 30 years old, this might be a nice place to live someday, perhaps to retire. Well, that went through a whole series of changes. Later we considered Florida, we considered Colorado, we considered the Southwest, like Arizona and Nevada. And then we came full circle and decided, after looking at Arizona especially, that maybe we ought to give another look-see to East Tennessee. And we spent a weekend kind of as the guest of the property owners and developers in Tellico Village, which is where I live, to experience Tellico Village, see what it's like to wake up there in the morning, cook your breakfast, and just enjoy it. Well, to make a long story short, obviously it's what we did. We've lived here since March 1st of 2002, which is certainly long enough to make it home, I would think. My daughter, son-in-law, and their 3 little girls, ages 1 to 3, egad, trying to imagine that, all live in Memphis. And as we're getting older, they're thinking we probably should live closer to them. Well, I don't know about that. Memphis certainly doesn't seem to have much to offer in the way of natural beauty like East Tennessee does. But on the other hand, it's also a 376-mile one-way drive, and that's becoming increasingly more of a chore. It's hard to say. It's going to take more than a coin flip to make that decision, that's for sure. As you can see, there's lots of pull-offs along here where you can have a look-see. There is a lot to see here. And how can you not love beauty like this? That's the panorama I'm seeing from one of the overlooks, not far past Look Rock, where you can actually see the Great Smoky Mountains. And they are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But anyway, we forge on. Hope you've enjoyed my video. I'm going to sign out with a short tune. Speedster Johnny out.